This year's Credit Union Christmas Pageant, proudly brought to you by South Australia's leading credit unions.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no, I've forgotten the pageant. Oh. I'm late. I'm late. Hurry, hurry. Oh, I'm late. I'm late. Good morning, Jane.
Good morning, Brenton.
Welcome to everybody to the 1998 Christmas Pageant. Absolutely beautiful day, isn't it?
It's a stunning day. It's warm, it's a little bit breezy, so people will be cooled down, but a few clouds to keep the sunburn down.
Well, this is going to be the best pageant yet. Stay with us.
Yes, I guess it's every year that I get this excited, Jane. It's a day like this, with a crowd of people like this, and knowing that all these wonderful faces of all these children are going to get even more lit up than they are now when the pageant actually starts to pass by them.
That's the case, isn't it, Brenton? Sensational Adelaide is what we call it all the time, and I think today proves that. We've got a bright sunny day with just a hint of cloud cover to stop the sunburn, as we said at the beginning of the program, and children wearing hats, children wearing their Christmas frocks, as we can see there,
yes,
looking very excited, and they're sitting as close as they can to that blue honour line.
Oh yes, which is very important, of course, because there's so much that happens during the pageant, so many floats going past it. That blue honour line is very important. We don't want any toes being trodden on, particularly not by clowns who try to do it every year, riding their bikes along. And
they can be a bit naughty, those clowns, some years, can't they?
I think that's a clown's job.
It is. They're there to be a little bit troublesome.
Paid to be naughty. What a great job there.
And we can see there too some of the police force helping with crowd control, and what a delightful job that must be for them compared to what they do the rest of the year.
A very special day for them, I think, and it's one which I think helps us realise just what a wonderful job they do, the police, the South Australian police.
Great PR role for them too, because the kids love anything in uniform. Don't you find that? Little children are attracted to firemen, to policemen, to ambulance officers, and of course they're flashing lights on all the vehicles. So the police get a good opportunity to show that they're real people behind the uniform.
And all those Australian flags being waved out there, all the Boy Scouts.
Yes, and the Girl Guides.
What is it? Oh, are they all Scouts now?
There are Girl Scouts, I think, as well.
All going along and raising money by selling the Australian flags to the crowd.
And those, we can see there's some of those shiny, long
bits of tinsel.
bands. They're very pretty in the sun as they're getting waved about by the kids. The kids adore them. And they are very pretty as you look along the street and see the children waving them in the breeze. We've got a fantastic day for it. 26 degrees, I think, forecast for the day.
People watching from just every spot they can find to get a great view. Up on balconies on the buildings, right through the city. Every balcony will have children and parents.
I think the Governor, Sir Eric Neil, and Lady Neil were watching from the Town Hall balcony along with the Lord Mayor, Jane Lomax-Smith,
yes.
and they had a party of some disabled kids up there watching the pageant in King William Street as it came towards us. We're, of course, waiting for the conclusion of the pageant, really, isn't it, here on North Terrace?
Well, we are. We see the very end of the pageant, because what we want to do, of course, is see Santa arrive, and then he has to head off into his magic cave. Of course, not only will he be in his magic cave from now to Christmas, but you'll find Santa all around the place, because he's that sort of guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just finds himself everywhere. Oh, look, everyone's getting really excited now, because we're not that far away from the beginning of this 1998 Credit Union Christmas pageant. And are we lucky to have the credit unions to step in and make this pageant go on and on every year?
It's a wonderful support, and it's also supported by the Sensational Adelaide organisation and major events, and they've done a great job, because each year we not only see the old favourites, but we see some new floats, and we've got some special new ones this year as well, haven't we?
We've been down and had a sneak preview.
We have.
But you know who else is doing a wonderful job, and they always do? The Channel 7 crew.
Oh, that's us.
They're all out, not us, them out there making sure that the cameras are pointing in the right spot at the right time to catch all this this wonderful pageant. So everyone at home who can't be here, and there are so many who can't be here, not only in Adelaide, but right around Australia.
That's right, and we are very glad that the people, not only... I think that's the beginning.
I think that's what it says. The pageant is here.
Some clowns letting off fireworks, and there we see the first of the police vehicles, and behind them, the police troopers, the police greys, magnificent on their horses, and very, very sensibly decked out in their pith helmets today.
In their pith helmets. They just look so special in that uniform on those horses, particularly on this day.
And they're beginning to lead the first of our floats into North Terrace.
There are 54 floats, by the way. 54 separate floats. And, 700 and something different characters. Thousands of people become involved in this pageant every year.
And behind the police troopers there, we can see the first of our bands today, the South Australian Police Band, which was formed in 1884 and has nearly 40 police officers who've grouped themselves into different ensembles at different times. But today they're all there playing in the one big band to lead off the parade. This band has travelled all around the world. They are really world famous, and I think that's wonderful for, once again, sensational Adelaide. Absolutely. And the police troopers giving a wave there, some of them carrying flag standards, so they're a bit hard to actually... Oh, that was a clever toss. Do you know why they have those spikes on their hats? No. But that's when they're back at the barracks and they get a message, people just spike the message up. That's what I was told. It's a fantastic looking band, isn't it? They're all marching in time. That must be tough after, what is it, about 3.5 kilometres they've marched by now to get to this point at North Terrace. Yes, it takes about 45 minutes for this pageant to go past any one point. The Credit Union sensational Adelaide Christmas pageant flags being carried by 24 girls from SA Precision and Artistic Marching Associations. And there's the real star. If we didn't know, it's the 1998 Credit Union Christmas pageant. Isn't it colourful? Isn't it? What? And there's one of those wicked clowns we were talking about. There are over 150 of those wicked clowns. And he's a very colourful, or she's a very colourful one, I'm not sure. And there's clowns all over that opening float, the Christmas pageant float, announcing the arrival properly of all the floats yet to come. So there's only 53 to go after that one. Balloons. I love balloons any time of the year, but I think balloons say Christmas. They do, and when they're as bright and colourful as those, you can't help but be happy looking at them. Isn't that a fantastic sight, looking down North Terrace? Spare a thought for the camera person who's up there, though. I'd be a bit giddy if I was up there on that big high crane. This is the nativity scene, of course, and with the camels leading the wise men, which I guess expresses to us the true meaning of Christmas. Christmas, we have a lot of fun and it's all about family, but there is a true and underlining meaning to the festival of Christmas, and this is the part of the pageant that expresses that. And I seem to recall that it was included for the first time last year, Brenton, wasn't it? This nativity notion to present the Christian thoughts behind Christmas. And we can hear the strains of the Hallelujah chorus. There's the nativity scene, the birth of Christ depicted with Mary and Joseph and the three wise men. Away in a manger. I'm not sure that the stable would have been blue, a bit of artistic license there for our pageant. But you never know. Historian. And here comes the Marion City Brass Band. This band formed in 1970, and they range in age, Brenton, from 10 years right up to 75. Right up front there is the drum major, Kathy Walker. Resplendent in their uniform too. Let's have a listen to some of them. Oh, they've got tinsel on their tubas. Soon. That once again, they've travelled all over the world, and they're going to be competing in the American drill dance competitions in Dallas in Texas, and they have just been one of the most successful
exports from this state, I think, in this area. They keep winning world championships every year.
Aren't they spectacular costumes there at the front featuring the Australian flag? Now, remember, boys and girls at home, and mums and dads and grandmas too, that they've been high kicking like that for over 3 kilometres.
I couldn't do it once.
No, I'm puffed thinking about it.
Not without calling the doctor.
And here's the drill team behind, and they've been doing this spectacular routine all the way along the pageant route. And don't they look great in the red, white and blue as well?
They're going to be guest performers at Disney World too on their overseas
Are
trip.
they?
Yes, they've
Wow.
so much on their schedule.
And there's the miniature Aussie flag being flown by a few patriots down the front.
You know who they're waiting for, don't you?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Gibber Creek Farm. Get down.
Get down indeed. I think they're having a bit of a hold down there.
There are the squatters. They're doing a bit of a hoedown.
They are indeed. They've got all sorts of, let's see what we can spot on there that's
Well, there
very
should be
Australian. There's some
Sheep and rabbits.
and there's an old Clydesdale horse nodding along to the music.
And there's a galah. Not that person. No, not sorry.
No, he's not.
Up on the roof. I'm in trouble. There's a galah, there's sheep, there are farmhands and shearers and
Lots of hay bales
good
as
old
well.
Australian barn dance.
And
They're
they've-
all doing the dance down the street.
Right out the front, you can see that most Adelaide of inventions, the Hills hoist.
Oh, yes, out the front.
Yes,
It's usually out the back, isn't it? Oh,
it's often out the back, but I suppose the Goanna Rock barn dance, as they're calling themselves today, they probably think that it's a bit more of a feature. Maybe this is out the back. The shed. They're getting the crowd going with their hoedown music too. This has to be the biggest kangaroo in the world, doesn't it?
well, I think so. That really is a big red, isn't it?
It is, and this is the Tandanya Dreaming Float, depicting South Australian Aboriginal culture in the form of the Tandanya area and various surrounding areas.
Yes.
And the hills represented are the ears of the rainbow serpent Gurrabilla,
you
Mount
see,
Lofty and Mount Benoit.
You mentioned the kangaroo before. The kangaroo represents the central Adelaide Plains, Adelaide area, I guess, and so many different symbols. And if you can just hear that didgeridoo,
You can.
the click sticks, some of the traditional music.
It's not waking up the Jolly Swagman, though. He's having a bit of a kip under a tree.
Obviously a coolabah tree.
I think so. This is the real Waltzing Matilda story, isn't it? Look, he's snoring, I think, Brent. And he's got the billy boiling.
He has.
And there's a few sulphur-crested cockatoos. What are they on rollerblades?
But where are the troopers? Oh, look, there's a trooper chasing someone now. He's probably got something in his swag.
What would it be in his swag?
Oh, I think probably might be just some tucker that he nicked.
Wouldn't be a jumbuck, would
Oh,
it?
it could very well be a jumbuck.
Speaking of a jumbuck in a bag, bother. He's sprung, I think.
Oh, now you talk about big kangaroos. How about this for a big koala?
He'd have to be the biggest fur-covered koala in Australia, that chap. Look
That's
at
why
him.
he's called Great Koala.
And he's carrying in his paw some wattle and I think some bottle brushes, a very traditional Australian bouquet, and he's turning his head there and smiling at everybody in sight.
And there are some more galahs in his tree, surrounded by kookaburras and a platypus and other wonderful Australian indigenous creatures.
And on the flags, I'm not sure whether at home you can see, but on each of those flags is an Australian animal. There's a platypus and there's a kangaroo and there's an echidna and I think a wombat as well depicted on those big yellow flags.
I love drums. This is the John Reynolds Drum Corps. They have an average age of 17 and there's two special people in here, Ben Todd and Nathan Rogers, and they're on the cymbals and they're only 9 and 10 years old. Let's have a listen to the sound of the drums. Now that's a good way to get to the pageant.
I wonder how you get tickets on that bus.
Oh, I think you have to be very special.
I think
very
you probably
special.
do. Do you think you might be a credit union person? Or the
You
kids
might.
are credit union people?
I think so.
Because they do such a good job in sponsoring the pageant that there's the big old London bus, and this certainly was originally a bus, a double-decker bus from London that's been pensioned off to the pageant.
Yes, had its top lopped off.
Yes, so that everybody can see everybody else clearly, and they're all waving, and they're getting lots of waves back from the people here right at the end of the Christmas pageant route for 1998.
Now that's a vantage point, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
To have.
And they look as if they've had a pretty easy time of it.
And so he looks like he's having the best fun of all.
Old Jack in a box.
Jack in a box.
He's a happy chap.
He doesn't stop laughing.
No.
All the way along the pageant, non-stop laughing.
And to the sound of "Be a clown, be a clown." Well, who better to be a clown than Jack in a box?
And look, there are more of those clowns floating around. Now, we've seen this before, haven't we? This
We
is
have
Pogo.
seen this fellow, and he's a bit of a clown too. He's got the longest legs I've ever seen on anybody, Pogo.
Well, that's a bit like me when I'm trying to ride a tricycle.
Is it? Do you have hair like that too, Brenton?
Well, no.
You've got your brown hair on today, not your
every
green
day.
hair. It's almost like horns, isn't it, at the side of his head, Pogo's hair?
Look at those knees.
But he's a very fit Pogo the clown because he's pedalled that bike all the way down.
Yes, he has. So many hundreds of thousands of people enjoy this pageant every year.
And here comes the choo-choo zoo train. Not only with an elephant, but look at those lady ostriches out the front.
With their Sunday best hats on. Even on Saturday, they brought them out early and put their Sunday best hats on. And yes, they agree with me. Look, they're nodding.
Yes, they're nodding.
Yes. Are you enjoying yourselves? Yes.
And a very big heifer lump behind. And is that a giraffe behind the heifer lump? We'll have a look again in a moment. But
Might well be. There, yes, it is. Oh, yes, there's a saying hello to you, Jane.
and he's looking terribly, terribly seriously down his nose.
Good morning, Miss Jane. I
Oh,
think
good morning, Mr. Giraffe. Yes, he's just keeping an eye on things, surveying the pageant crowd, working out whether it's one of the biggest ever, and I think it would be. I think last year 400,000 people, and I'm sure there'd be that many again this year, Brenton.
Oh, easily, easily. Well, what better than a pageant to come to town than a circus to come to town?
There's a fancy dog.
Well, it's a poodle,
It's a,
isn't it?
Yes, I think
Very
it's a
fancy poodle.
Oh,
Look at the legs on that clown.
they are almost as long as Pogo's.
They are, but they don't bend in the middle like Pogo's.
I think that person is, how many metres do you think, Brenton? 3 or 4 metres tall?
3 or 4 metres tall.
And some lovely circus ladies there beside, and there's a great big bear.
Oh, there's a clown down.
Oh,
Never mind.
dear.
Ah,
Took a tumble.
some candy girls. Their candy striped uniforms.
And the circus float's got everything on it, from a seal balancing. You just see the seal's tail there. Oh, and this one looks as if it's had a bit of a paint job this year, I think.
Well, not only has the set had a paint job, but I think Keith Conlon's had a bit of a paint job this year too.
Has
This
he?
is his. There he is up there in the bowler hat, up the back on the drums. Every year for, oh, how long? 30 years.
Very long
This
time.
jazz band have been in their rotunda playing for the pageant, and this year they decided it was time to give their rotunda a bit of a touch-up.
Keith Conlon, one of Adelaide's best-known personalities,
Yes,
doing
indeed.
sterling service up there on the drums. And then following along behind the ye old pageant tram. This is another great one to see if you can get a ticket on for the pageant.
You know, I still think we should have trams coming along their street every day, just like that.
They're very colourful, aren't they?
They are wonderful.
They offer a fabulous way to get around in the city. And
And
there's
look-
some... Sorry.
Sorry, yes, the costumes I was going to say on, they are... I'd like a jacket like that.
Would you?
I'd love a jacket.
It'd go with that green hair when you wear your green hair.
Yes.
Or yellow hair, if you had yellow hair like that clown. What's he catching in his
I'm
net?
not sure.
A penny farthing.
A penny farthing.
A man
It's a
on a
funny
penny
sort of
farthing.
bike, isn't it? With a big wheel at the front and a very little wheel at the back.
And they're very hard to get on and off.
Oh, they're easy to get off.
Are they?
Yes.
I've
Just
never
fall
tried.
over. Getting on's the hard part.
And here's a London bus that hasn't been converted for the pageant. This is looking more like the London buses you do see in London.
It's an authentic 1946 London bus.
And out the front, we can just see a couple of Grenadier Guards with their big busbies. That's what the big black
Is
hats
that what
are
their
called.
hats are called? Busbies? Is that anything to do with buses?
I don't
Like-
think so.
No. Oh.
I don't know where the name comes from, but they're very splendid hats. You'd have to watch you didn't topple over because they'd be very heavy, I think.
But you could keep your lunch up there, couldn't you?
You could pack it into a little icebox. Is this a touch of Venice after London?
That's a gondola. That boat there that's bouncing up and down in the waters of the canal is called a gondola, and that's a gondolier.
Is he the fellow who makes the boat go with
He
that
does.
big
He
stick?
pushes the pole down to the bottom of the canal and pushes the boat along. It's a
He
wonderful
looks-
way to see a river.
He looks very smart in his boater hat, doesn't he?
He does. And
There's,
this
there's the view as we look back up the street. And who can we see coming, Brenton? I think that's still that boat. It's having a bit of trouble. There's not a lot of water in North Terrace
There
this
is
morning.
not a lot of water. It's very difficult to sort of pole a gondola up a dry street, but he's doing a great job. And you can hear traditional funiculi funicular. I remember singing that at school.
It's a good song, isn't it?
Funiculi funicular.
ladies waltzing down the street.
Well, everyone at home watching Channel 7 must be absolutely enjoying this. The colour, the spectacle, the movement. It's just a wonderful pageant.
I think this is the largest of the, how would you term it? It's not that it's the biggest float, but it has the most people involved in this float.
Yes. And those Viennese ladies are so tall. Can you imagine being up that high, walking down all the way down this pageant?
And turning around as they go, because wouldn't you get a bit giddy after so many twirls down the street? They must practice for a very long time, I think.
They must.
And the men are wearing traditional, the attendants at court walking along there
with
in their
hose.
+4s, yes, and their hose and their nice white wigs.
Powdered wigs.
Now this is a different look again, isn't it? We're in the international section of the pageant here. To different countries we're going, and this has got a real calypso flavour.
Calypso capers. They certainly are capering. Is that a 2-can?
Oh, I think it would be.
Well, it's that cup. Might even be a 3-can or a 4-can.
Boom, boom. Oh, and look, these chaps are looking very colourful with their colourful ladies in their...
Look, that lady brought her lunch on her head. She has bananas and all sorts of fruit. That's very Carmen Miranda, isn't it?
It is indeed, and they've been calypsoing their way along the street for kilometres now. A 3-kilometre calypso.
But they certainly look as if they're still having lots and lots of fun. Sounds like the lambada music to me.
I think you might be right. Can you do that dance?
No.
Well, you're doing a pretty good impression as we sit here.
This is the music I adore. Sound of pipes brings out my Scottish ancestry.
This would be the Mount Barker Caledonian Society Pipe Band, and they have, they're based up in the city of Onkaparinga is involved as well. The main band in this group is from Mount Barker, but the city of Onkaparinga is involved. And they'll also have some members from a couple of other bands playing with them. Let's give a listen to those pipes.
Oh, and on we go to another country. We're now in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands.
You can see that from all those beautiful tulips growing in front of the windmill, yes. And there's a Danish couple. Danish, what am I saying? A Dutch couple.
And there they are.
Standing amidst
the traditional tulips. Another dash of colour.
And the windmill turning round and
Well, there is a bit of a lovely breeze here this morning, which is very nice. It's not overly hot.
No, it keeps the windmill turning. And then we're off to Hawaii.
For a luau.
Wow. He'd be the king, I think.
I think so. He lives in a big grass house.
And he wears a very impressive crown on his head, that big blue headdress. Oh, there's some more of those pesky clowns.
Oh, they're not pesky. Well, maybe they are, but they're fun.
But they're fun, and they're funny. And look at all those grass skirts. Goodness me, you'd have to have long grass growing in your yard to get skirts that long from, wouldn't you? And all the tropical fruits there, and a couple of big macaws sitting up on their perches.
Oh, now, if you thought that was colourful, look at this. It's the children of the Golden Palace.
And they're following Nelly. Nelly's the big elephant that we can just see there.
This is a very special role for Nelly this year because they thought Nelly was so important that Nelly could introduce this palace and lead everybody to the Golden Palace. Nelly is still going.
She's a very, very old elephant, isn't she? But she looks fabulous, and she looks very happy to be here today.
I think she looks proud to be given a new role, and that is to introduce us with the music from the March of the Siamese Children to this wonderful Golden Palace.
There's the palace itself. Very beautiful, very golden.
King and I. You remember that movie?
I do, and I think they're just about to try and make a new version of it.
That's
I was
right,
reading
they
the other
are.
day. Orby Hardies. This would be nasty, Neville, I think.
It'd be nasty, Nev. That would be. Yeah, he'd the pirate king, he'd be.
It'd be a nasty bit of work, I'd be reckoning.
That's right. He's got a gang of 18 pirates, and I think they're off to try and bury their treasure somewhere.
He hasn't frightened that lot too much, has he?
I don't think so. I think they can see right through him. Not as nasty as he looks, I don't think.
Oh, but there's his merry men, and I think they're a bit out of control, those pirates.
Well, pirates usually are. Oh, they've got some treasure. I think they're looking for a nice, safe place to bury that.
They're doing a bit of
I have just the backyard.
Do you? And You won't tell a soul.
I won't tell a soul.
No, nice. Oh, she's a tricky one with that bucket full of water.
No. There's a nasty piece of work.
You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark corner on a dark night, would you? Although he looks as if he's had a bit too much to eat. You could probably just push him in the tummy and
One too many
topple
Christmas
over.
puddings, I think. Yes.
There's the scene as we look. Oh, look. The band will look after those pirates.
This is the Tea Tree Gully Redbucks Marching Band. They were formerly the South Australian Youth Concert Band, and this is the first time they've ever been in the pageant. And their drum major is only 19 years old, and that's Vanessa.
Welcome to them, and they're making some lovely
They
music.
This is a cousin of our bookworm from the book place on Channel 7. Yes, yes. I mean, our bookworm is actually back at the book place right now watching this on telly, thoroughly enjoying it, I'm sure. And this is, well, his bigger cousin.
His elder cousin,
bigger
yes.
cousin. But they all love books.
Well, you can see that from the way Bookworm's reading away there. He's got a little bit of time to wave to the crowd, but really he's very interested in his book.
Well, they all are bookworms. I guess that's why they're called that.
Yes, probably. And then behind comes the hippo hot tub.
Say that 3 times.
Yes, it's a bit
the
tricky.
hippo hot tub.
Splish, splash, I'm taking a bath. And she's such a big hippo that she's got lots of helpers
Well,
to
you'd need a
wash
lot
her
of
down.
scrubbing brushes, wouldn't you, for a hippo like that? 12 of them, in fact.
And now we see the Sea King. Oh, a little penguin having a ride on the back of the whale. This is the Sea Kingdom float, and there's King Neptune, I think, behind.
And what a pretty fish.
And Fancy doing so well out of the water.
Well, some fish out of water can survive, I guess.
Very colourful fish too. Great big whale and lots of fish on the back.
And that little penguin's having a bath up there.
Is he having a
in
splash?
The spray coming out of the spout.
It's very
Top of the
beautiful.
whale. Look at King Neptune up there.
Fish leading away, and then I think they might be, well, they're not quite mermaids because they've got legs, but
They're nymphs.
Nymphs of the
Sea
sea.
nymphs.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh,
This
yum.
is a new float, this one. The Candy Carnival. Oh, yum. Wouldn't you have to
Gosh.
brush your teeth a lot after this?
Oh,
Just
dear.
looking at it.
I think you'd have to probably nibble at it for a few days to get through all those lollies. Golly.
They look so real. Maybe they are real.
Do you think so?
Could be.
There's a giant toffee apple on the back and
I'll
a
have
giant
that, thank you.
lollipop. Aren't they pretty? This is a brand new float and it's very
Merry-go-round,
colourful.
going round and round and round. Ah, this is one I've been waiting for.
Me too. I think this will be my little boy's favourite. This is Toby the toy truck.
And this is a big toy truck.
Indeed. And I think if you look, well, you can't see, but I think helping Toby along is a person who's helping to guide him down the street, a driver. And I heard an interview with him earlier in the week, and he was saying it's very difficult to drive Toby toy truck because he's so big and tall.
Well, look, there are 2 drivers up there. I think they must have a spare driver down below
A spare
helping.
driver, yes. They have to be very
And
careful.
that is full of toys. Have a look in the back. Look
Wow.
at that. Full of toys.
There's a drum I can see. Gosh, I think that'd be going to the Magic Cave to unload for Christmas.
Yes, it would be. Oh, and look, a giant rocking horse with a knight in shining armour on the back. Everything in the pageant is bigger than life.
It is, isn't it? And probably more colourful than we often see too. There's more colours than a rainbow in the pageant.
Oh, yes.
And more clouds than you're ever likely to see anywhere else. It's very smart soldiers out the front.
I like those little soldiers with the square. Now, they're wearing sort of square busbies.
They, yes, they've had a problem getting them curved, haven't they?
And look, the excited faces of the people here watching the pageant, but I can just see all those hundreds of thousands of excited faces back home watching this on 7.
And for 65 years, the pageant's been bringing this sort of colour to the streets of Adelaide. And now we've got generations of people who
Yes.
have seen it as children, who are now grandparents, and perhaps even some great-grandparents who bring their kids along to see it. Certainly parents who've been coming since they were children.
This is another Highland band and the pipes and drums of the Royal Caledonian Society. And it's the McGregor Tart.
Mother Goose leading the way. Oh, there's a big teddy at the
We
back.
have the Pied Piper of Hamelin and the Little Boy Blue and Jack and the Beanstalk and Hickory Dickory Dock with the mouse running up the clock.
And right behind them is the teddy bear's picnic, and I think that teddy bear might just be enjoying eating some. Is it honeycomb?
I
that he's
think it's
eating, or some
honeycomb. That would be
toast?
his favourite. Aren't they having a wonderful picnic?
It's a beauty.
Those bears know how to enjoy themselves, don't they? Teddy bears, they have a wonderful time.
Well, if you went down to the woods today, I don't think there'd be too many teddies.
No, they're all here.
I think they're all here, and they're all in their Saturday best, celebrating the pageant with us, and it's great to see.
I think there'll be a lot of people having picnics today. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here, just the right temperature, a little bit of cloud cover to keep the hot sun off. And look, if you're at home on 7, you are watching one of the greatest television events of every year, and that's the Christmas pageant.
It heralds Christmas in, and who better to bring us in a little further towards that magical man in the red suit than another very famous fellow with a very long nose.
Well, Pinocchio, but I think his nose is getting shorter because I think he's learning not to tell so many fibs.
Let's hope so, because telling fibs isn't a good thing. And there's some of his helpers who've got long ears for doing a bit of the same thing.
Yes, things can happen if you know, tell a few fibs. His nose grew and grew and grew.
And they got donkey's ears and started to bray. But they'll be all right, going, that's called braying, I think.
Now, this is interesting, you see, because this is the race between the tortoise and the hare. Now, you would think, wouldn't you, that if you had a race between a tortoise and a hare, that the hare, which is a sort of rabbit, would win.
Yes, because he can run very fast, and tortoises aren't renowned for going fast. You're not going to tell me that...
He was so overly confident that he was going to win that he had a bit of a rest, thinking, I don't need to push myself, and guess who won?
The tortoise.
That only goes to prove that if you really want to do something, you can do it, and don't be too cocky.
That's right, don't be too smart. Oh, what's that fellow? That clown out the front has got a big barbell that he's trying to lift up. Goodness me, he must be strong.
Very strong clown.
There's the... You're right, you know, Brenton. That tortoise is winning.
It is. Well, that's the finish line.
Gosh, he's
There's
over.
the tortoise crossing the finish line.
And the wise old owl up the back there was keeping a watch out to see.
Always was.
Now, not so wise is the big bad wolf.
And the 3 little pigs. Yes, they all built their different houses, but the big bad wolf came along and said, I'll huff and I'll puff and I will blow your house down. And he did. He huffed and puffed, and guess what?
He blew the house of straw down.
Yes.
And he blew the house of sticks down.
But...
He ran into trouble with the
I think the
bricks.
house is blowing down.
Is it?
I think he is. Look, he's blowing.
It's worked.
That must be the house of sticks.
That's the house of sticks, and in front you can see the house of straw, but I think the little pigs back there in the house of bricks will be safe.
They're looking very confident now because there's no way that big bad wolf could blow down the house of bricks.
No, but gee, he'll keep trying right to the end of the pageant, I think.
Yes.
He's that sort of guy.
Yes, well, he wants to come back next year.
Oh, now we mentioned Mother Goose. A little Mother Goose was on, a baby Mother Goose was on the nursery rhyme time float, but here's Grandmother Goose, I think.
And look, there's the cow jumping over the moon.
Oh, it is too. And there's the 3 little pigs again.
Oh, there are so many wonderful stories, aren't there, in that Mother Goose series.
Little Miss Muffet might be there. Can we
Sitting on her
spot
tuffet.
her? And I think that's Hickory Dickory Dock again at the front.
I like the cow jumping over the moon.
It's a very energetic cow, that
I
one.
think they like it too.
And they're saying hello to everyone wherever they are watching the 1998 Credit Union Christmas pageant on 7. Another band, Brenton. Who would this be?
Yes, this is the Unley Concert Band. They were established in 1997 and they first marched publicly on the Anzac Day Parade. And their musical director is Bill Canusar. And this is their very first Christmas pageant as well. Let's have a listen. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and I think he's had it.
Yes, and there's all the King's horses and all the King's men, and they try to put Humpty together again, but they've done a pretty good job because he's here.
He's not looking too bad after such a big fall. It's a good job he's got all those King's horses.
I think he's a bit hard-boiled, though.
Do you?
Yes.
And there's the leader of all the King's horses and all the King's men. waving. There's two leaders, actually, waving from the turrets. That's those bits of the castle that stick up the highest.
I think they're all the king's men and women.
I think they might be too in these egalitarian days. Humpty does look as if he's had a bit of a fright.
Uh-oh. There's a clown with a big stick.
I'd be
keeping
careful.
People's toes away from that blue honour line.
Old King Cole was a merry old soul.
Merry old soul was he. He's called for all of the things he normally calls for.
Yes.
His pipe and his bowl.
And his fiddler's three. And there's a couple of fiddlers.
There's one up the back fiddling away on the violin.
One over his shoulder, and there'd be a third somewhere.
Another helper for the king. Page. That's probably a page.
Probably a page. And the costumes are just, as always, sensational, just as Adelaide is. Showcased here today on 7. The costumes, amazing. They have a whole warehouse to house them between pageants, don't they?
And there are just so many people involved, not only during the pageant, but for the whole year. From the end of one pageant to the beginning of the next. There are thousands of people involved in repainting the floats, designing new ones, making new costumes, keeping them all just beautiful for the next year.
Imagine keeping this one as white as it looks. This is the little drummer boy who's been beating his drum all along, and there's Aladdin's lamp.
Very magical float, this one. Would you like to find a magic lamp and rub it and have a genie pop out?
So long as it was a nice genie.
Oh yes, you wouldn't want a nasty genie.
But I think that genie looks pretty nice.
I think so, very friendly.
He's got some very colourful helpers along the way. You can see just how many people are attracted from that shot high up on the crane. What would they be, 20 deep, and that's gone.
That's only one small section of the route of this pageant. It just goes for so long.
And when you see a float like that, you can understand why this is considered, if not the best in the world, certainly one of the best pageants in the world.
Even Gulliver comes here. That's one of his travels.
Yes.
He comes here every year.
And despite getting into a lot of trouble with the Lilliputians every time he does.
He does. They tie him down. They don't want him to go.
No. He's got his little boat there, and he's having a look around to see who can possibly help him out of this fix.
He doesn't look too fussed about being tied down.
He's having a very comfortable ride down North Terrace in Adelaide today.
But I think he needs to keep moving, though, because you wouldn't want to stop, knowing who might be coming behind in a minute.
Yes.
Because he could get toasted a little.
Yes. And this is the reason why he could get toasted, because George and St. George and the dragon, there's the dragon, and he's looking a bit warm. He's puffing smoke out of his nose, Brenton.
He is. And it's not because he's smoking, because he knows better than that.
He certainly does.
He's just a bit of a fiery beast.
Well, dragons are prone to that, aren't they?
Well, I think someone's put out the flames
Bit of
so
fire
that he
breathing.
doesn't singe all the knights marching in front.
No, it'd make their armour a bit warm, wouldn't
Still
it?
a bit of smoke just coming from his nostrils.
And I think that might be St. George, who's atop the dragon. He's calmed him down and got him just to blow smoke and not flames. Lots of beautiful ladies of the court wearing their very elegant gowns. They've got pointy hats that have lovely sheared fabric that flies off the back. I'm not sure what those proper pointy hats are called, but they're very reminiscent of that courtly era when St. George was around slaying a few dragons.
Look a bit like an upside-down ice cream cone.
Yes, yes, with a nice colourful tail on the back. And I think I hear another band approaching after St. George and the Dragon. I think it might be the Adelaide University Pipes and Drums.
It's the faces of the people in the crowd that are a dead giveaway. I mean,
Yes.
it's just the excitement of knowing that not only is the pageant here, but it's what that means. And that means that not only here in Adelaide, but everywhere, Christmas is not very far away. And just look at that scene from our big Channel 7 camera way up in the sky here. As you said, this is only one small section of the crowd.
Well, this is the last sort of 100 metres, really, isn't it, from North? Would it be 100 metres from the intersection? Maybe 200 metres, but it's certainly not more than that from where the floats turn into North Terrace after having traversed several of Adelaide's main streets. And the route this year is the longest it's ever been, so that it goes further to allow the people to spread out a little bit more and give everybody a chance to have that really excellent view of what's happening.
Nearly 3.5 kilometres long, so it's a long way.
And what's amazing too, Brenton, is that all the floats are kept quite a distance from the city in a warehouse, and people have been up since 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock this morning,
Really?
driving them into town. It's amazing dedication.
And then all the makeup
involved.
people,
Yes.
all the costume people had to be there to help everybody get ready and look their best for the pageant.
I think think a couple of sneaky clowns might have
I think so.
delayed our next band as it's coming along
Do you
the road.
think maybe they sort of directed them down a different street?
They wouldn't have been so wicked, would they? Oh, no, look, I can see them coming. They found their way. That might have happened, you know. The clowns might have stood up there confusing them.
See, there they are, look.
Oh,
Now, that'd confuse anybody.
you wouldn't trust that fellow
Now,
with
is
the
that dog
puppy
taking
dog.
that man for a walk or the other way around?
I don't think that's a
I
real
don't
dog,
think it's a
do you know?
real dog. No.
There comes the
You know, that's
band.
what I would like to do, I think.
Be a clown.
Ride a
pageant.
bike
Ah,
in the pageant of being a clown. Because that's really sort of the easy way, isn't it? Ah, you can hear some more of the pipes are skirling.
it is. And this time it's the Adelaide University Regimental Pipes and Drums under their pipe major, Warrant Officer Class 1 Phil Wild, and their drum major, Staff Sergeant Grant James. And they wear the Napier tartan, which is blue and white, and was worn by the family of Sir Mellis Napier, the former Chief Justice and Lieutenant Governor of this state. One of the most prized positions in the Christmas pageant every year, isn't it, Brenton?
Yes, this is Nipper. One of the two most famous horses in the world, I think.
And this little pony has been in the pageant ever since it started in 1933. And the position that's so sought after is who gets to ride it.
Yes.
And up there today is Amy Sampson, from representing the Power State Credit Union, one of the co-sponsors of the 1998 Credit Union Christmas pageant. And she looks just delighted to be there. She's got lots of little helpers all around the side.
Oh, I guess
as well.
if you're lucky enough to be sitting up there
Look at her. She looks...
on Nipper, you need a few helpers around, don't you?
She looks like a
How
little pink
exciting.
fairy. Fairies are very popular with little girls at the moment, aren't they? It's a very popular thing to dress up as, and Amy looks very beautiful up there.
You're at home on 7 with the 1998 Credit Union Christmas pageant, and it's getting more and more exciting as the minutes go by because someone's not far away.
No, we'd be well over halfway. And speaking of fairies, here's the fairy nook.
Down
Lots
at the
of fairies.
bottom of the garden, you'll find one of these.
Underneath the bluebells, you can see the big bluebells, and I think it might be an old shoe that they've used as their little nook down in the garden.
Well, fairies like to find somewhere warm and comfortable as best they can.
To go about their fairy work,
That's
making
right.
fairy dust, sprinkling it about.
Now, here's the second of those two very famous horses. This is Nimble, and I guess everyone who doesn't get to ride on Nipper
Wants
has
to
a second
ride.
chance.
That's right. And today, the lucky little girl is Kate Helmore, and she's representing the Savings and Loans Credit Union. And she too looks very beautiful
She's
in
been
her fairy
sitting up
wings.
there for so long, and I guess she's so proud.
And I think Nipper and Nimble, after they finish their duties in the pageant today, I think they head off to the Magic Cave as well, don't
With
they?
Santa, with Father Christmas.
With Father
yes,
Christmas.
that's their tradition.
I don't think those two will be in the Magic Cave.
I
though,
don't think
those-
they'd let them in.
those
I really
clowns.
don't. Oh, now, speaking of that fairy before, this is the queen of the fairies.
Oh, isn't she looking beautiful in lavender with
And-
lavender wings?
And the moonlight shining off the pool of water behind her.
She's got lots of her fairies all around in pink and lemon and pale blue. They just look lovely.
Now, of course, if you can't be the fairy queen, what better to be than the pageant queen?
And there she is. This year it's Catherine Billinger representing the Australian Central Credit Union, and she was chosen from girls, or young women they are, representing all the credit unions that sponsor the 1998 Christmas pageant, and they're the pageant princesses all
Yes, they
arrayed
are.
around there on that beautiful burgundy and gold float.
From Savings and Loans, Kylie Burns, and from Power State, Debbie Jahinki, Police Credit Union, Kelly Price, CPS, Sharon Lindley, Satisfact, Melanie Price, all the princesses, and being escorted by another wonderful band.
The Salisbury City Brass Band, been in existence since 1958. He might be having a bit of trouble in the sunshine.
I thought he would have melted by now.
He's a very special snowman, our giant snowman, who's probably the biggest snowman anybody's likely to see in Adelaide at Christmas time.
And 6 walking snowmen. I don't think they'll melt.
No.
Christmas is magic, and snow doesn't melt at Christmas. Magic snow.
And here's some more snow for the skater's waltz. And look, she's twirling round and round
She is
inside her
twirling.
very special glass house.
More colourful helpers who make sure that all of these floats make their way down in the Christmas pageant.
And there's some
towards
more
the
of
end.
those very special roller skating, rollerblading people, and they're carrying some very big tinsel decorations. See them zooming around in the background there.
Now, how would you like to take a sleigh ride through a forest in the snow with that tinkling of the bells?
It's one of my great wishes that one day I'll spend Christmas in a really snowy landscape.
I have once done it.
Have you?
Through a
Was it-
forest in the snow in a sleigh.
And was it as romantic
It
as
was
this looks?
one of the most wonderful moments.
This, of course, representing the very traditional sort of Christmas that people who live in the Northern Hemisphere
Yes.
have. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, it's always warm around Christmas time, but up in the Northern Hemisphere, it's very cold and often very snowy
It's a
in
different
some
kind of
places.
Christmas, isn't it? But it's still Christmas, and it still means the same thing to everybody around the world.
Looking there at our wonderful National War Memorial here in Adelaide, across the festival centre in the background there,
Yes.
across the grounds of Government House. And that's the view of this wonderful boulevard, North Terrace, in the middle of Adelaide, that we're proud to be displaying you here on
It is
7 this morning.
a beautiful boulevard, and at night with the trees all lit up, it's absolutely wonderful. But right now, there are faces lit up all the way along North Terrace, just waiting for a certain rotund gentleman to make his way down here. Not this one.
This is the Christmas choir, the girls from the Australian Girls Choir on this wonderful Christmas setting, singing our favourite Christmas songs, and they're adding the sounds of Christmas as well as the sights of Christmas to the Christmas pageant.
You notice how it gets more and more Christmassy now as the pageant goes on, for some reason.
Wouldn't be that jolly fellow in the red suit that
Oh, I
we're
think it might be.
thinking of.
Things about Christmas are music and children and stories, and of course food.
Food. I'd have to say that's probably one of my favourite bits.
Very special foods at Christmas, and it's part of the tradition, isn't it?
It is, and a time for caring and sharing for your family and friends. And that's what lots of the songs are about, isn't it?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, look, he's helping
cleaning
clean
up. Oh, yes. See, speaking of food,
Yum.
here's the Christmas Bakehouse. This is where they make all those wonderful Christmas treats and puddings and biscuits.
Mince pies.
Oh, yum.
He's got his recipe book out. I wonder what he's mixing up in his pudding
I
bowl
think
there.
it's the biggest Christmas pudding ever.
It would have
Just
to
to
be.
feed all the people in the pageant at the end.
Oh, gosh, it'd have to be a very big pudding.
A couple of little puddings down at the front.
And he's got a couple of helpers there on the back too, some other chefs that are helping along. And that truck out the front is actually the bakery truck that's got lots of puddings already made and some ingredients to help him. And there's the big oven behind. So everything he needs there.
That's right. Did you ever have a bakery truck come around and deliver? Do you remember having a bakery?
Not quite. No, I lived in the country.
Of course, you're much younger than I am.
Just a little bit. But no, we had a man who came and brought fish, sold fish from the back of a van, and a milkman who sold us milk from the back of his truck.
Now, here's another very special band. This is the 1027th Battalion Royal South Australian Regiment Band with Drum Major Sergeant Barry Rowe and Bandmaster Sergeant Alvin Kipney. They are just one of our fantastic bands here in South Australia. They're based at the Keswick Barracks here in South Australia. Isn't it interesting the different view you have when you're that small, sitting down there, looking up at everything? We tend to be a bit taller and look down on things, but if you're a child, you get a whole different view.
That's right.
See, that's our view, looking down from one of our cameras on Channel 7, but it's so totally different looking up from the ground.
It is a very different perspective, but from whichever perspective you view it today, there's nothing but colour and movement everywhere. And I think this must be Christmas in Toy Town.
Toy Town. That's the other thing about Christmas.
Yes.
Music, food, toys.
Toys.
gifts for people that you love.
There's some nice soft furry toys. There's a bear, I can see, and a cockatoo, and I think that might be a little kangaroo, with a little kangaroo in the front pocket, a white kangaroo, a very special albino one.
Yes.
Lots of building blocks. And a very smart little train pulling
What a
along.
great train, isn't it wonderful? They've done a wonderful job with their building blocks to make the castle, haven't they?
My
Now,
goodness, what a
Imagine
big
finding this
stocking.
on your mantelpiece Christmas morning.
Heavens, you'd have to have a big bed if you were going to hang it off the end of your bed, wouldn't you? And a big foot if it was your stocking.
Well, yes.
It's enormous, and it's absolutely packed with presents. Thousands and thousands of toys, all packed into the biggest Christmas stocking you'll ever see. And
Followed, of
there's-
course,
Yes,
by the biggest Christmas tree you'll ever
it
see.
is enormous. And some more fairies.
And look, Christmas presents on legs.
These are sort of we come to you sort of presents.
That's right, we deliver.
We deliver.
Which, of course, Father Christmas does. It's almost time to get the tree out and set it up. Oh, now
This is a new float, I think, Brenton.
It is.
Stardust Castle. And surrounding it are dozens and dozens of beautiful star-decorated young women who are wearing costumes that are covered with sequins that sparkle in the sun. You can
Look
see
at that
how
when they
beautiful
open up
they
their
are.
capes, all the stars shining brightly. Stardust Castle. I think this is where Santa goes to make every little boy and girl's dreams come true.
Do you
I think this is where he opens the mail,
Yes.
all the Christmas letters, sorts
Yes.
them out and says, right, this is what I'm going to deliver to that little boy, that little girl.
Does that mean that you think the Father Christmas float is very close at hand?
Oh, I think it could very well be, and I
Time to
think
get-
they think it could very well be as well.
Time to get really excited, because soon that fabulous fellow, Father Christmas, will arrive officially in Adelaide.
Well, I'm looking down here, down North Terrace now, from our big Channel 7 camera. Way up, we have one just attached to a cloud.
Do we?
Hanging low down. Yes, yes. Very special. Technically very difficult.
And a very clever camera person operating
Oh,
it,
look,
sitting on a cloud.
they know who's coming. And
They
they've all
do.
sensibly got their hats on.
Just having a bit of a refreshment there.
Yes.
It's been a long wait for Father Christmas, but any minute now. Oh, there's a clown. Look, he's got a very, very clever little brolly, but he's having to hold it up very high to get over that pointy hat.
This has been, once again, just the most magical time, this pageant.
Some happy faces. You can see the age ranges when you look through the crowd, can't you? There's everybody from tiny little ones like that little girl there, through to mums and dads, right through to grannies and grandpas as they come along and enjoy the pageant just one more time. There's always
Yes.
time. There's always room for another pageant in your life, I think.
Now, here's one very special band, because this is the band that will introduce us to our very special guest arriving in Adelaide today, and this is the Australian Army Band Adelaide.
And they're playing just the right music, aren't they? Jingle bells, and look who's here.
Sitting down here looking up at Father Christmas.
And he's got all his reindeer with him. I think there's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen, and there he is.
Oh, there's Father Christmas. He has arrived in Adelaide, so Christmas has officially begun.
And I think he's just come from the North Pole, looking from all the snow on that float.
And the reindeer, look at them, they're still pulling that sleigh along.
Running, running, running.
They're magic reindeer, of course, because they do that through the sky,
They
don't
do. And look,
right
Father
around the world.
Christmas blowing kisses to all the boys and girls.
He looks so healthy. He always does every year, doesn't he, Father Christmas? How does he do that? He's such a busy man.
He never ages. And he's just pulling up. He's saying to those reindeer, hold back. I'm just going to get off here. And I think
Oh, this is where he stops.
this is
isn't
where he
it?
stops. And the pageant queen, I think, will come and help him off his float.
And welcome him officially to Adelaide.
Catherine Billinger's our pageant queen this year, and she'll help Father Christmas down. He's just giving a couple of last waves. Children are blowing him kisses, and he's blowing kisses back. And if you're at home, you can blow a kiss to Father Christmas as well, and
can.
you'll get it through the magic of Channel 7's
You
cameras.
can. Now he's about to
That's who they were waiting for.
Yes, it is.
And you can probably hear the band struck up on the stage singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Well, Santa Claus has come to town.
And as you can see, the crowd filling in behind. They're walking onto the street now, and here comes Father Christmas down off his sleigh. The reindeers have stopped.
Yes, very soon he'll join the pageant queen on the stage before heading off to the Magic Cave.
Hooray, everybody's cheering. Santa Claus has arrived.
The most famous and welcome visitor we have every year here in Adelaide.
He is now. He's just making sure he gets off safely because it's a pretty steep climb. The bandmaster's helping him down there. Isn't that thoughtful? They've given him a little ladder.
Well, actually, before he gets the ladder, he has his own little lift elevator.
Oh, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
He's a
that's
very
clever.
high-tech Father Christmas.
He's a 98 sort of Santa, really.
He's
isn't
that
he?
sort of guy.
Pretty cool.
Now, the reindeer and the sleigh move off so that we can have another really good look at Father Christmas sitting on his throne, surrounded by the pageant queen and all the princesses.
And some children there, 25 children who've been lucky enough to represent the credit unions that sponsor our pageant here in Adelaide.
And they really have done a wonderful job. Isn't it so wonderful to have an organisation of credit unions that can bring us this spectacle every year?
And Father Christmas looks pretty happy to be here as well, doesn't he?
Oh, yes. I mean, he loves this town as much as we do.
And that's that other famous reindeer they're singing about.
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yes.
He couldn't be here today.
3 cheers now. Let's listen to the cheers. That's the 3 cheers.
Really special song, because I do believe Father Christmas has to go back to the Magic Cave now.
Already?
But we can all be there after.
Here we go.
A small world after all.
This is a lovely song, isn't it?
Maybe a small world, but this is a big moment for Adelaide, isn't it? The biggest pageant I think I've ever seen, and most of the world would ever see.
And it's right here on Adelaide, brought to you by Channel 7
Yes.
on this wonderful, sensational Adelaide Day. As you can see everybody joining in and waving to Father Christmas, singing along.
Well, Christmas is finally here. It's a very special time of the year for everybody.
And there goes Father Christmas. He's just saying goodbye to all the children on the stage.
So you'll be able to see Father Christmas now, from now until Christmas, at the Magic Cave, but also all around Adelaide at so many very special Christmas happenings and functions.
Lots of Christmas parties, lots of boys and girls at home will find that Father Christmas turns up in all sorts of spots for them.
That's how magic is. We wish you a Merry Christmas too.
We certainly do, and we hope that you've enjoyed today's coverage of the 1998 Credit Union Christmas Pageant, brought to you by Channel 7 on this sensational Adelaide Day.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful time of the year. There's a magic feel in the air, and I'm oh so glad that it's there. Oh eventually coming to you. You might meet him down at the zoo, making friends with a reindeer or two. Oh yeah, this Christmas,
See the Christmas tree shine for you and me. Christmas time is here.
oh yeah, it doesn't matter at all where you are, with some tail